The Epstein Files, a sordid web of power, corruption, and cover-up. The Jeffrey Epstein saga is a festering wound on the conscience of the powerful, a grotesque testament to how wealth, influence, and depravity intertwine to shield the guilty and silence the vulnerable. Recent developments, particularly Elon Musk's now deleted tweets claiming Donald Trump's deep entanglement in the Epstein files, coupled with FBI Director Kash Patel's promises to release troves of documents, videos, and photos, have reignited public fury over a scandal that refuses to die. Yet the persistent delays and obfuscation surrounding these files point to a chilling truth. The Epstein network wasn't just a pedophile ring. It was an elitist empire, allegedly built hand-in-hand by Epstein and Trump, sustained by a bipartisan cabal of the powerful, and protected by a system designed to bury its secrets. Musk's tweets, though swiftly deleted, were a Molotov cocktail lobbed into an already volatile conversation. He claimed Trump is all over the Epstein files, a statement that aligns with long-standing suspicions about the former president's ties to the disgraced financier. These aren't baseless accusations. Trump and Epstein were close for decades, their friendship well documented through photos, flight logs, and Trump's own words in a 2002 interview calling Epstein a terrific guy who liked women on the younger side. The public fallout over a failed property deal may have severed their visible ties, but the notion that this was about money rather than their shared appetites is dubious at best. Both men operated in a world where power was currency, and vulnerable young girls were commodities. The Epstein operation, as alleged in court documents and victim testimonies, preyed on broken girls from poor families, exploiting their desperation with promises of money or threats of violence. Trump's teen pageants like Miss Teen USA provided a perfect hunting ground, a parade of young, impressionable girls under the guise of glamour, ripe for manipulation by men with means and malice. The idea that Trump, a self-proclaimed connoisseur of beauty pageants, was unaware of Epstein's activities strains credulity. Theirs was a symbiotic relationship built not just on real estate deals but on a mutual indulgence in exploiting the powerless, yet the cover-up extends far beyond Trump. The Epstein Files, which Attorney General Pam Bondi and Kash Patel claim to be meticulously reviewing, have been tantalizingly dangled before the public since February 2025 with little to show for it. Why the delay? The answer lies in the scope of the network. This isn't just about one man or one party. Democrats and Republicans, corporate moguls, Hollywood stars, sports icons, and world leaders, Epstein's web ensnared them all. Names like Bill Clinton, Prince Andrew, and Bill Gates have surfaced in court records, alongside countless others yet to be revealed. The reluctance of both the Biden and Trump administrations to fully unseal these files speaks volumes. The old guard, politicians like Cory Booker, Pete Buttigieg, AOC, and Jasmine Crockett, may not yet be complicit, but the entrenched elite, having been bought off years ago by the elite, have every reason to keep the truth buried. When Epstein died in 2019 officially by suicide, the timing was suspiciously convenient. Trump, then the most powerful man in the world, presided over a Justice Department and FBI that could have ensured Epstein's silence. The bizarre detail of Epstein's hours-long call with his dead mother the night of his death raises red flags. Who could arrange such a call in a high-security prison without it being recorded? Only someone with unparalleled influence, like Trump. While Kash Patel and Deputy FBI Director Dan Bongino now insist Epstein's death was suicide, their earlier skepticism and the persistent irregularities, faulty cameras, falsified records, fuel doubts. Now with Trump back in power, the DOJ under Bondi and Patel is supposedly sifting through tens of thousands of documents and videos, citing the need to protect victims' identities. But the glacial pace suggests something more sinister, a deliberate effort to scrub Trump's name, allegedly tied to the pseudonym John Doe 174, from the records. The selective release of already public documents in Phase 1 was a farce, handed to MAGA influencers like Chaya Raichik and Jack Posobiec for a PR stunt rather than genuine transparency. Patel's promises of no cover-ups ring hollow when the FBI's New York office is accused of withholding thousands of pages, and the DOJ prioritizes redactions over revelation. The Epstein files aren't just a collection of flight logs or a client list. They're a Pandora's box of evidence, videos, photos, and documents that could expose the rot at the heart of global power. The claim by some, like Rudy Giuliani, that national security or foreign policy concerns justify withholding them is a flimsy excuse to protect the guilty. If Trump, as alleged, is deeply implicated, his control over the DOJ and allies like Patel and Kristi Noem ensures the truth will be filtered to shield him and his cohorts. The longer this drags on, the more it reeks of a cover-up orchestrated at the highest levels. The victims deserve better. They deserve justice, not a political game where the powerful decide who to sacrifice. The public deserves the unvarnished truth, not sanitized scraps meant to placate us. If Musk's claims are true, and the lack of official denial is telling, then Trump's fingerprints are all over this scandal, not just as a participant, but as a potential orchestrator of its suppression. The Epstein case isn't just about one man's crimes. It's about a system that enables and protects predators at the top. Until every file, video, and name is released, unredacted and unscrubbed, we're left with a grim reality. The elite will always shield their own, and the truth will remain their hostage. By Scott Young, aka Sin Famous Gamer.